Once upon a time, in the ancient land of Israel, there lived a young shepherd named David. He was the eighth and youngest son of Jesse, a humble farmer in Bethlehem. David spent his days tending to his father's sheep, watching over them with great care and playing soothing melodies on his harp to calm their restless spirits. Meanwhile, in the neighboring land of the Philistines, a formidable giant named Goliath struck fear into the hearts of the Israelites. Goliath stood over 9 feet tall, clad in armor that gleamed like the sun, and he carried a massive spear with a head like a weaver's beam. With a voice that rumbled like thunder, he challenged the Israelites to send out a champion to face him in single combat. The stakes were high. If Goliath won, the Israelites would become the servants of the Philistines. But if an Israelite champion emerged victorious, the Philistines would bow to Israel. The Israelites, however, trembled in fear at the sight of Goliath, and no one dared to accept his challenge. The mighty warrior's taunts echoed through the valley, creating a cloud of despair that hung over the Israelite camp. It seemed as though no one could stand against the giant and his overwhelming might. One day, Jesse, David's father, sent him to the battlefield to check on his brothers, who were serving in King Saul's army. David eagerly obeyed, leaving his flock in the care of another shepherd. As he arrived at the camp, he witnessed the fear that paralyzed the Israelite soldiers. David's heart burned with indignation, and he couldn't understand why no one had risen to face Goliath. He boldly volunteered to take on the giant, declaring, "Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him." King Saul, desperate for a solution, agreed to let David face Goliath. However, skepticism and doubt surrounded David as he stepped onto the battlefield. Even Saul tried to arm him with his own armor, but it was too heavy and cumbersome for the young shepherd. Instead, David chose 5 smooth stones from the stream and armed himself with his sling. Goliath, seeing the seemingly insignificant opponent before him, scoffed at David, mocking his youth and lack of armor. David, undeterred, replied with unwavering faith, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." As the giant charged, David skillfully swung his sling, releasing a single stone that struck Goliath in the forehead. The giant stumbled and fell, defeated by the unassuming shepherd boy and the power of faith. The victory of David over Goliath spread like wildfire through the land, becoming a symbol of hope and courage for the Israelites. David's trust in God and his willingness to face the seemingly insurmountable challenge inspired generations to come. David's story, woven into the tapestry of ancient history, teaches us that courage, faith, and determination can overcome even the most formidable obstacles. The shepherd boy who became a king exemplified the strength that lies within the human spirit and the power of trusting in something greater than ourselves.